small. Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
Hello and welcome to Tiny Table, where no game is too small. From rules to rolling to review, we teach RPGs so you can play too. And welcome back to our playthrough of Broke Wizards, our first community spotlight game. We are returning to an adventure in progress where our three intrepid broke wizards, titular, some might call them, boobular,
Our boobular brokies.
Have made their way to the Sigil K, where they had initially intended to scrounge up some snackage for a night in after the unfortunate firing of Christopher Crosby, aka Crisscross.
What up?
We also have, of course, Rhaena Penwyvern and Mo Starwin, but the three of you have come across a bit of a strange development. A set of strange stone stairs leading down from the rear of an industrial freezer in a convenience store. You know how it is. If I could have my lovely players introduce themselves, let's have your names, your characters' names, and what's a common piece of trash you wind up with in your pockets?
Alrighty, right. Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Rhaena, and my great shame is that I collect many pieces of pocket trash. I don't know what the compulsion is, but my pockets are always filled with little papers and receipts and ticket stubs, and I just get so used to them that I never take them out, and I forget about them until someone borrows a coat and then starts taking them out and throwing it out for me with a little bit of a confused look, and that's me.
I will say, anytime you're like, oh, hey, Skylar, can you fetch something from my fanny pack? It is a nightmare. It's a personal nightmare for me to go in and have to shift through the variety of mostly papery textures from unknown sources to try to find whatever doodad you need in any given moment. It's like, that thing, I'm surprised like you don't have back problems walking around with that thing. It could weigh half its weight if you cleaned it out.
You know she got that motherfucking thing on her.
That's true.
I need that receipt.
And with that, folks, hello, I'm Skylar. I'm going to be playing Christopher Crosby. Big, bold, basketball. You know him, you love him. And my common pocket trash is, you know, occasionally I'll get a little, like, CVS receipt that's, like, lost in my backpack for a few days and I'd stumble upon it. But the thing that I really find myself stumbling into on a regular basis is we have these little black rolls of doggy poop bags, and as someone who walks George every morning and sometimes in the evenings if I'm like off work, I go through a decent amount of them, and the little rolls that actually hold them together, little like plastic paper tubes, are always in my pockets. I have had sometimes multiple. I think the most has been like 4 or 5 that I like did not take out and just kept putting new bags in my pockets rather than cleaning out the old ones. So I'm always collecting little tubes somehow.
I currently have one in my pocket, and it has been in there for 3 months.
Yes.
It's my comfort tube.
It's burning a hole in there.
The textures on them like is oddly nice, honestly. Like sometimes I flip them around in my pocket, like I'll fiddle
play
with
with
it.
Broke wizard fidget toy. Doggy
Absolutely.
back tubes. Hi everyone, it's me, Neo. I play Mo, and my pocket trash is little tiny fucking pieces of paper. If you've ever seen Burn This on Broadway with Adam Driver, you would know that reference, but I work at a restaurant, and so ergo, my pockets are full of tiny pieces of paper. And unlike you two, where I keep them in my pocket the whole for months, I every day at the beginning of shift clear my pockets because they're full of fucking pieces of paper. And that's my pocket trash, but I get rid of it constantly because if I didn't, my apron would sag to the ground with the amount of the sheer volume of paper that I accumulate.
And I am, have been, and will continue to relate to the thing you just said, Neo. I'm your game mistress, Julian, and I work at a store that sells phones and other electronic devices, all of them thoughtfully and carefully wrapped in packaging that is recyclable, ergo paper, ergo sealed with little fucking pieces of paper. And I wind up with so many of these things in my pockets every single day, just constantly accumulating little adhesive strips that have been removed from boxes and from packaging of all sorts and all sizes. The one other thing that frequently winds up in my pockets alongside them is there are a lot of printers in the store. Printers for receipts, printers for labels. And I would say a majority of the employees of this store do not know how to troubleshoot anything about these printers. Many employees, if a printer doesn't print their receipt, their idea of troubleshooting is try printing it again. They don't know that every time you send an order to the printer, it is queued to be printed when the printer can print things.
You know how printers work.
You know, how every printer on the planet works. And as one of the people who unfortunately actually knows how to troubleshoot these fucking things, I'll fix the printers and then remove 18 copies of the same receipt that all print out and must be immediately thrown away. And I go, thank you, eco-friendly company, for hiring employees who consistently fail to do the bare minimum. Mamma mia.
Oh, funny.
When this episode goes live, I will post on our Tumblr a pile of my cleaned out paper trash.
We should put all of our pocket trash into like a singular pile and just see how large it is. Well, we're gonna save all of the trash we accumulate in our pockets, and then on this episode release, we will show a photo of it. So get ready.
I don't know why my co-hosts are writing checks with their mouths that their pockets can't cash.
Oh.
This is gonna be a...
It's too late. I'm making a jar.
Okay.
Oh.
I gotta
Have
live
fun.
with the jar.
My pocket can cash it. I'll flush with it, baby. We pulled out the trash from my pockets just now, and for some reason I just put it back into the pocket.
The riches of empire shall return to the archive and the vault.
Dating a raccoon.
It ain't even Raccoon Sky Pirates anymore. It's Broke Wizards. Let's get back into it. The three of y'all are now standing on the precipice of a stone stairway that you are all descending as you head deeper and deeper underground. The chills of the industrial freezer tickle at your back as you continue to head deeper into the earth. Ordinarily the Friday night worker here, you would know him, his name is Ed. He is conspicuously missing from the front house of this Sigil K. Many snacks that should have been restocked, including many of your favorites, are conspicuously absent. You all are descending. Can I get a marching order? You know.
Yeah, Chris will be in the front.
Chris is in the
Yeah,
front.
absolutely.
I'm in the back.
I guess Mo's in the center.
Mo in the middle.
Mo in the middle.
Mo in the middle.
Cool, you reach the bottom. No random encounters occur, nor do traps destroy you. So the marching order has been satisfied.
Yippee!
Yay!
Much like a double stuffed Oreo, there's Mo in the middle.
And officially worth it for that bit. So, the staircase at its bottom opens out into a cave, a kind of cavernous, hewn entrance of natural worn rock. On one of the far walls, you see a cave painting of some sort, though you'd need to get a little closer to identify its specific details. Other than that, there is bits of scattered trash around the cavern, and then a crag in the far wall that leads deeper within. Ed himself is nowhere to be seen.
Can I look through some of the piles of trash to see if there's something that could be a potential component here?
Totally. You look through the trash. You find a candy bar wrapper. You find a used sponge, still slightly soapy. You find a crumpled up receipt. There's a little pile of spare change. And you find a Sigil K company ID name tag. Labeled Ed G.
Not edgy.
Oh, definitely. I'll take the ID tag and add that as one of my inventory slots. I don't know if one of you guys wants to take a sponge or some change.
As a reminder, everyone here has 4 inventory slots by default. You should all have 3 of them filled, I believe. So you've each got a pocket available to take at least one thing, and you could possibly lose a piece of trash you've been carrying heretofore to replace it with another piece of trash here if you think it may be more helpful in the journey ahead.
You know what? I quit, so I'll get rid of my original sauce for the sponge.
I like it. So you've taken the sponge and the company ID. There still is a receipt, some spare change, and a candy bar wrapper.
Money!
Money!
I'll take the
You
change.
take the change.
What's on the receipt?
The receipt is for some chips, some instant ramen, and a 2-liter of Diet Wizard Coke.
That sounds suspiciously like our combined order altogether.
We found our culprit.
It was us the whole time.
Is the Wizard Coke like
The marketers at Diet Wizard Coca-Cola were not the most on it that day for coming up with a funny wizard name.
I didn't know if it was gonna be like Arch Wizard Pepper.
Oh.
I think I'll leave these, deliciously useful receipt and wrapper on the ground.
Leaving an open inventory slot?
Yeah.
Totally. Anyone want to check out the painting on the far wall?
Definitely.
As you approach, the painting itself seems to depict a crown. It's got kind of the classic jagged 3-point crown that one might, like a kid might draw atop a stick figure. And then a bunch of wavy black lines all around the crown in all directions, kind of like a shadowy miasma kind of look.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna start us off bold with a spell. I'm
do
gonna
it.
go up to this cave painting and I'm gonna pull out my ring of keys once again. And I beseech to the powers of the magic, and I begin to jingle my keys.
Yes, child.
My lord master, I beseech thee, I wish to unlock the secrets of this painting with this key as my component. You forsake me the last time. Grant me this boon of knowledge now. Please.
Magic holds for a brief moment. Is this the totality of your argument, that you want to unlock knowledge through using a key?
Yeah, that's all I really got. What else could I could vamp, but that
This is
would
a
be
game about vamping. The sole mechanic in this game is vamp until I'm convinced.
The key unlocks locks, such as forbidden things or hidden things. Ergo, the key will unlock hidden knowledge about the meaning of the crown. The key is made of metal, and the wall is made of rock, and rocks and metal are like kind of similar elements. Yeah, so they're connecting to each other. And also my little keychains and amulets and talismans are like made of like semi-precious stone, like one of those little keychains that has like a little lucky jade kind of thing on it. So that's connecting to the mineral component.
I'll bump that up to a 2. I'll bump that up to a 2. So take 4 dice in total, and this will be a difficulty 2. These to surmise meaning from this cave painting.
That is 2 successes. I forgot what the bone means.
Is bone 1? Is it on the odd side?
Yeah.
Oh.
Our first ever success and a mishap.
Mo bones, mo problems.
Mo bones,
no
mo problems. This is the
problems.
problem with novelty dice, where you're like, wait, what does that actually mean?
You hear a deep thrum fill your mind.
Unsteady rests the head which bears this crown, to rule a tiny kingdom all their life. Unless they prove immortal on the throne, they shall become a servant of all time.
You hear a strange, summative poem of the meaning of this inscription upon the wall. But in addition, as this mishap occurs, Mo is almost in a trance as they kind of waddle their way forward closer and closer to the wall, almost seeming to hypnotize themselves with the jingling of keys in front of their head. And as they touch the wall, the stone crown from the paint emerges forth, falls, and bonk, lands right on top of your head. And it's a decently sized rock, and it really hurts.
Ow!
Ah, whoa!
Heavy is the head that bears the crown.
Thankfully, we have established you're wearing a large wizard hat, so it isn't like a concussion, but you have gotten bonked very hard on the head by a rock.
Ooh, heavy is the head that gets hit with a rock. Mo, are you good?
This is the second injury I've had today, and I have a bad feeling it won't be the last.
Well, what'd you learn about the painting?
It seemed to imply that this is a sort of ominous premonition of a manager who got too big for their britches and was consumed by darkness.
Huh.
I wonder if it's talking about Ed's manager or looks both ways.
Ralph. It's Ray. In the distance. Elf ears are really good.
Yeah, I start to scurry a little faster, deeper into the cave network.
And squeezing your way through the corridor, followed thereafter by your companions, you emerge into another kind of an open, almost foyer-looking space that leads with more kind of measured design to the walls, less of an open-hewn cavern like before. You're in a room of sorts. It's not terribly large. There is a large double door on the far wall that is currently closed, and in front of it, 2 skeletons. Standing skeletons. Animated standing skeletons, both at the guard and at the ready. One of them has what looks to be like something metal, tough to tell when you're first getting into the room, something metal like linked in and kind of knotted into its rib cage, and they both have pinned onto a rib Sigil K name tags.
Oh, God.
And they both stand guard with their arms extended. They lack weapons, so they are crossing just their bony hands with each other to represent, you shall not pass.
They called that shit mandatory overtime.
I think that Chris, seeing this, and especially spotting the name tags, is like, I think I've got this one. And he's going to pop up, and he's going to pull out his own Sigil K ID tag, the one with Ed on it. Was Ed just like a regular employee, or was he like a manager?
Ed is an employee. He's not of any higher rank.
Okay, fantastic. Then I think what I want to do is, rather than like command these skeletons, I would like to charm these skeletons, befriend them in such a way that they will let us pass peacefully.
Okay, I like that. You approach a little closer and see more clearly that tangled up in the rib cage of one of these skeletons, you get a sense for what it is. It's like a fancy looking amulet that is all interlaced in this skeleton's rib cage at the moment. Getting a little closer, close enough to read their name tags. One is Jerome and one is Sam. You don't know Sam, but you remember Jerome. He was working at the store up until about a month ago. When it was last you saw him was about a month ago.
When before he mysteriously disappeared.
Ooh, that he did.
I'm gonna really hope that someone just found this name tag and put it on an animated skeleton. Jerome, if that's you, I'm sorry, buddy. But maybe we can find peace in the afterlife. Magic, and he waves the ID tag, and to cast a spell, he's gonna pin it on his shirt.
Pinning the name tag of Ed to your shirt. I love it. The time slows as the voice of magic alights upon you. Hello, Ed.
It's Chris, but I can see why you would make the mistake.
Lies. Deceit.
Not deceit, but I do need I need your help. I would like to befriend these skeletons such that they might let us pass, and also that they might let us get close enough to remove the weird amulet thing on them. And I thought, what better way to forge a connection with them than to be like them? As you can see, I've pinned it onto my lapel in the exact same spot where their ribs would be, all sigils connecting us. Almost in a circle, if that were to be relevant. I know Jerome, and I know that he worked the same position that Ed did. I think if Sam is likewise, this connection should bring us closer together. And what's a favor between friends? Passing a door, handing over an item. And if the worst is to have come of Ed, well, Ed, dead. It rhymes. They're skeletons. Just, hey, and if you help me out here, you'd be throwing me a bone. And
You laugh.
That's
you
what I
laugh.
got.
That's a point.
Last bit's good. Ed and Dead, it's cute. I like that. I think the core call of it, of I'm evoking the spirit of one who would have been their friend. I have the sense they're all in the same position. I'm not trying to boss them around. I'm just like, hey, buddy, let me go. I think you've made a pretty compelling argument. I'm gonna give you 3. I'm not like blown away, but this is pretty solid, and I think it's a well used item at this point. Difficulty is gonna be 2 to just get past them, or if you want to. I heard you mention give me something. If you want to get past them and get the amulet, you're gonna have to opt in for that option now, and it will raise the difficulty to 3. You'll be rolling a total of 5 dice.
I'll go for the harder option. Why not ball big?
I love it. Go big or go home.
Absolutely. All right. Come on, crisscross. So we've got 9. We've got 8. Oh, had 2, but sadly it's not enough, and there is also a 1.
Oh,
so a fail
crazy.
and a misfire.
The greed.
The greed.
The avarice.
The avarice.
Avarice.
You attempt such an approach. Getting near the skeletons and your initial flashing of the ID seems to grant you the possibility of ingress, but as you near and greedily reach your hand towards the amulet of the ribcage, you hear, "Trying to get all up in my guts." And the skeletons kind of join rank together, link arms, and look quite cross with you, or it would if they had any ability to facially emote whatsoever.
Just standard inspection.
The other skeleton, Jerome, the one with the Jerome name tag, yet unclear if it is Jerome, but one with a name tag that says Jerome, says, "Yeah, not cool, man.
I'm sorry.
Ed would never do that."
No, you're right. I should have at least asked. Can I see that?
No.
Dang it. One of you guys want to try something?
Can I see it?
Are you attempting to do anything magical to gain ingress? These skeletons do not seem particularly willing to allow passage.
All right. Let me know. Walk with me here.
Fire walk with me. Let's go.
I am going to pull out my straw paper wrapper that I have because I'm a barista and I just have shoved it in my pockets.
Yep.
And using my precious stone, which is just actually colored glass, I am going to cast Elven Illusion Magic, laced with enchantment, to make it seem like my mere pile of straw paper wrappers is actually quite enticing and something that they would want to trade.
The voice of magic lilts towards you and says, "And what offer is this?"
Yeah, so I feel like this stone is actually pretty good at seeming like it's, better than it is. I mean, that's why I got it. And I was like, whoa, what a deal. And I, was trying to show it to my elf friends. And then it turns out, just colored glass. So I feel like this must have, a property to it to enhance, the thing that you are using it on. And I feel like, one man's trash is now that's another man's treasure. Maybe this. And I think that amulet, I think that could be big for us.
I think that with the fact that you last attempted to threaten the force of ancient elvish magic, the fact that you're in a little bit more of a grovelly state right now is probably something that pseudo Galadriel is fond of. Saladriel. I like the idea that you're willing to kind of own up to your own humiliation a little bit. It's like, listen, I got got by this. Surely a skeleton will also have the chance to get got by this. It's deceptive in its value. I think that's a solid core. The desperation is good. I'll give you 2. Same proposition. Are you just trying to get past and need 2 successes, or are you going for the amulet and getting past, which needs 3? You're rolling 4 dice.
I can't believe one man's trash is another man's treasure. Didn't get an additional dice. That killed me.
That's pretty solid.
It's a pretty solid argument. The main goal was the amulet.
Or if you're just trying to only get the amulet but not gain ingress, that could knock the difficulty back down to 2, but you wouldn't get past the skeletons and someone else would need to find a way past them.
Yeah, I think I want to try to get this amulet first.
All right, difficulty's just 2 then. Okay. Roll those 4 dice.
Oh my god, it worked. Wait, no, it didn't. Fuck. I thought the DC was 6.
Only 1 success.
Yeah, only 1 success. I got a 5, a 6, and a 9.
Shoot. You jingle forward, showcasing this jade in one hand, straw wrapper pile in the other. Skeletons look at you, look down, look at the jade, cock their heads, look back.
I waggle my ears and my eyebrows. Pretty cool.
None shall pass, dude.
Got anything up your sleeve, Mo?
Okay, I guess it's time for Mo. And Mo is going to produce a little baggie of yum yum treats and pull up another yum yum treat and be like, and cast the spell friendship.
Seeking some friendship with the undead.
Yeah.
Child,
Yes, Lord Master.
a feeble attempt today with the imp. By what means will those with no stomachs seek sustenance?
They were once human. They remember the joy of food. They remember the symbol of breaking bread, of sharing a biscuit treat on their meager lunch breaks, snack breaks, on their meager little 5s where they would stand outside of the corner and eat leftover crummies from bags. Please, I beseech thee, let this yum yum treat remind them of sweet times, of those cherished 5-minute chip snacky breaks in the back, and they will go be remembered and leave us so that we may pass.
Very well.
Solid. I think I'm gonna give that a 3. So
Nice.
5 dice total.
Nice. 2, 3, 4. I can't roll nothings.
This luck's been rough.
All right. It means I'm gonna go for a different approach.
You offer the treat to them. If you had pointed out the doggy treats are usually in the shape of a bone, that could have bumped it up to 4.
Ah, damn it.
Dang.
Yeah, I was trying to
But,
think like might have bone meal in it. I think might be in the shape of a bone, but I was like,
bone-shaped.
I can't say that.
But they look at it. They look back to you. I can't eat.
Damn it.
All right, Rhaena, Mo, stand back. Jerome, Sam, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna grab my empty of those like small little bottles that's essentially just like a 2-ounce like one-shot pouring of Fireball in my pocket. I'm gonna grab that out from my it in my hand and go to throw it, and I would like to cast Fireball.
With an empty bottle of Fireball. I think this will be a nice brief argument as your essence of magic lilts towards you and says, What's that?
It's quite literally Fireball. You can see it on the name tag here. It's a cinnamon spice sort of whiskey, spice, hot, heat, Fireball. But if that didn't sell you enough, let me make it a little sweeter for you. So,
Agave is nice.
ooh, can't quite do that, but here's what I can do for you. So, in whatever wizard wars there might have been, fireballs and pyromancy have waged destruction on many an individual and foe. What is just as dangerous, if not alcoholism? I have seen the depths that men have been ravaged by such a thing, more so than any fire, than any burn. Hey, what is a good thing for alcohol if not to burn going down? I offer you a fraction of what this offers, a fraction of the destruction that this small bottle provides on a regular basis, that you would trade me a minuscule sum of that power now to summon that same fire and to take these two who are also empty and clear the room.
Okay.
All right, dare
I like
program.
that. I'm gonna give that a full 4. I think that was a very multifaceted argument for what could have been very easily just like it's self-evident. It's called Fireball. I appreciate that you put in the gumption to give it a full explanation.
I've been thinking about that this whole time. I've been wondering how I can cast Fireball using this since the first recording.
To destroy these skeletons with this fireball will be a difficulty of 2.
All right.
All right, come on.
Oh, it does feel good to have all 6 here. Okay. We barely make it. No fumbles, but that is 2 7s, no 1s.
Incredible. You huck the small little fireball 2-ouncer forward, and from it a conflagration explodes. Bones scatter, charred and ashen to the walls. Smoldering plastic melted name tags fall to the floor alongside a sooty but otherwise undamaged amulet that clatters to the ground, and the door is made available.
I snipe the amulet.
You've got an open pocket.
I feel like that was really Chris's win, but all right.
What?
Nothing.
Well, we'll split.
It's
anything
already
we find.
around my neck.
Yeah. We can split anything we find down here. You know, I'm sure it won't be the only thing.
Okay, I'm picking up the sooty bone.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
a component, baby.
I'm gonna, because I had to throw that, I am gonna just remove the empty fireball flask
Totally.
from my inventory. Feels fair that I could sacrifice
I
in
agree.
that trade.
Anything you want to pick up?
Not for right now. I think I'll move on with my other 3 components, and maybe there will be something cool to find later on as well.
Beautiful. You head into a large, what seems to be a purpose-fitted stockroom, nay, granary? It is kind of a wooden interior, large barrels made to contain dried grain and millet, and stacked amongst them boxes of prefab hot dogs and pizza slices for the more contemporary crowd. It seems that the dungeon beneath this Sigil K is getting a little muddled in its place in fantasy time. There is a door to the rear of the room, not currently obstructed, but front and center in this space, there is a large, grotesque, green slime that is currently slime deep. It's all slime that doesn't have body parts, but it is currently half immersed in one of the big boxes of cold hot dogs, and you can see floating within its body is a stoppered bottle within which a cloud scintillates with lightning and thunder. A bottled cloud has been consumed by this slime, but is, as of yet, uncracked. It doesn't seem to have noticed you all yet.
I've got an idea, but I kind of took care of the last one. If you guys have something up your sleeve, but I think I have a backup plan if one of you wants to try something first.
And Rhaena pauses for a second, and she'll pull out the scrunchie, and to magic, she'll be like, I know it didn't work the first time, but, round 2, and I feel like this. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it straight with you.
Do you want a second pass at that?
Yeah, I do, and I'm just gonna keep it like friggin' straight with you. Like I feel like magic kind of chooses people, and I feel like this is like. I feel like nothing I've done today has been working, and I feel like I really tried to foster our relationship. You know, I read you all the fanfics you want. I download all the games you want.
We started today with threats, so let's be honest. If we're being straight here.
I would love it if you're why is it not work? Like you're like a powerful elven entity. You can't control a slime. We can't control a slime.
What are we trying to do with the slime?
I wanted to get out of the pizzas, and I want to tell me what's going on. I have a feeling it's gonna blow this place up if that bottled storm gets out. So I'd kind of like to control it, please.
Bind it to your will.
Yeah, I kind of need a win. I kind of need this.
Now, that's another way to deal with magic. Not to justify why your component works, but just to straight up beg.
Begging. You know what? I can appreciate how low this character has fallen to be at the point where she needs to beg. Rendering control over the slime is tough. It's not got a brain that's easy to control in the way that others are. So it is a difficulty 4 to charm, but I think when the elven spirit of essential magic of the ancients is effectively groveled to, I think she's willing to give a little bit of slack. So I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give it 3 for the desperation. So 5 total, but you need 4 successes, so may or may not work.
Come on.
There's an 8, a 10,
And a 1.
Only 2 ain't gonna do it. And a backfire. You bring the scrunchie up high, and in your desperation, snap!
Oh, man.
The scrunchie snaps in half as you stretch it to ensorcel this great and terrible slime, which turns towards you.
Oh, that's not good.
Attentive but not befriended, and it begins to surge forward.
Okay.
There are half-digested bits of hot dog dissolving in its face area.
God, this is like when my account got
Should we go to plan B, or?
I think Mo's got one.
Mm-hmm.
Mo is going to bring out the Band-Aids.
Okay.
And Mo will cast a binding spell.
Okay, trying to bind it.
So that it doesn't, kill us.
Okay.
Elaborate, child.
Well, of course, yes, Lord Master. The Band-Aids are sticky and tacky, just like the slime itself. It recognizes itself within the Band-Aid. The Band-Aids also are sticky and binding. They fasten and hold in place open wounds. They also cover open wounds, so maybe they allude to the concept of a wound or hole. So I'm hoping that maybe a hole or wound could be created so that I could safely remove the bottled cloud. If not, that's fine, but I do like the idea of the Band-Aids using, it accesses the familiarity of the structure of the slime, which is stickiness and tackiness, and that the Band-Aid is a sort of sealant so that it will seal the slime in place. And then maybe if conveniently a little hole can be opened up so I can snag that little bottle, I will use it to aid our journey to become powerful and transcendent, to turn into a resplendent and powerful dragon.
I think the fact that you found kind of a dual usage for that adhesive is quite clever. I think you've got a very well purpose-fitted spell. I'm going to be giving you 3 out of 4 dice for the argument. The difficulty of just binding it in place is going to be 2. Difficulty of binding it in place and morphing it such that the bottle falls out would be 3. You're rolling 5 dice. Which do you want to go for? Push for greed or go for safety?
Go for greed. Go for
Always gamble, always win.
Always gamble, always
You
win.
need 3 successes on 5 dice. Close. It's 2 successes.
Should've.
No backfires. It slows, giving you a little more time before it is upon you, but it is not stopped in place.
Rhaena is like down, kind of in like a crouch position, like hands on her face, like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing.
All right. Here we go. And Chris is gonna charge up, is gonna pull out the sponge that he picked up, and I'm going to punch the slime with the sponge in hand.
Okay.
And with that, begin to cast a spell to try to absorb and seal the slime into the sponge.
Into the sponge, okay. The voice of magic trills forth. Young man, you are no longer employed to clean.
Yeah, I'm not really employed for much right now, but hey, the grind never quits, am I right? Before I get on to why I think this should work and why you should lend me your power, just, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
You're fine? I feel like, I don't know what it's like for everyone else, but I just kind of wanted to check in and make sure that you're doing good. You pulled through for me a couple times today. It's actually made me feel really good. So, even if this one doesn't work, I just want to say thanks, ahead of time. But that said, getting into this argument, first off, plan A, plan B, this is plan C for Chris, baby. We're getting on to number 3 here. 3rd time's the charm. I think that could add a little something, but the main thing we want to get to is this sponge. Let's think about things for a little bit. We're looking at the setting, right? Both found dank, dark, slimy, and wet. The sponge already soaked, just as slimy as the thing that we're up against right now. I'm here on the front lines, sacrificing my body. If this doesn't work, I'm putting it all on the line. I'm willing to, make sure that these guys get out of here if it means that, I turn into, Jerome and Sam back there. But I think that this sponge has the power to do it. The absorbing power, the cleansing power, the power to clean off those hot dogs and polish off that bottle here in the power of my hand, and also the power to absorb, much like the water it absorbed previously, the slime that I wish to absorb now. I'm out here looking as big and bold as Mr. Clean, ready to put an end to this thing. So if you can do me a solid, unlike this unsolid, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay. We've got a lot to work with here. I think, like with the Band-Aids, the sponge is a pretty well purpose-fit thing. I like that, like Neo, you also kind of came at it from a few different angles. It wasn't just sponge, absorb. Get it? The check-in on how she's doing was cute. I appreciate that there's an angle now if we're just trying to butter up the magic a little bit and be like, hey, you're looking great tonight. It's a beautiful evening. I'm kind of torn between a 3 and a 4. You definitely made a very robust argument, but I don't want to turn it into you just have to be extra niceys to the magic and it's always going to give you maximum. So I think I'm going to go 3, and difficulty for the absorption is going to be a 2.
Okay.
So 5 total dice.
Oh, okay. No fumbles. That's a 10 and an 8. We just make it.
Finally.
Incredible. It unfortunately does suck up the totality of it as the slime surges into the sponge itself, and it looks for a moment like the bottled cloud will get sucked in as well. It gets stuck in one of the holes of the sponge, the hole that has been absorbing and siphoning in the slime, and the sponge is now engorged and kind of spherical and weighty in your hand, and the bottled cloud is now a part of the sponge. That's what I'm gonna go with. You don't get it clean, but you've now got a stopper on this slime containing sponge. Who knows what will happen if you pull the bottled cloud out to use it.
So, hear me out. Maybe we just leave this one here and we pop it and run on the way out.
Rhaena is still just like cringing at herself.
No, bring it with us. We might need it in our journey. You never know what you can use. Although apparently...
I'm gonna say this takes up 2 slots.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. This is a 2-slotter. This is a big-ass sponge stoppered with bottled cloud.
Look, if it's too heavy, we'll drop it and leave.
Quick question, though. Can we say that it's filled up to roughly basketball size?
I think so.
Hell yeah! He's actually starting to like spin it around and do tricks with it.
Bits of acidic slime are flying out the sides of it.
Yeah. Ooh, whoa. Okay. You know, maybe not. Maybe I don't need to go full Globetrotters on it
Fucking
just yet.
Harlem Orb Trotters over
Yeah.
here.
Is there what else
what's
is in
there?
this room?
So there's a big semi-consumed box of hot dogs. There's another one of prefab individual pizza slices. Obscene, not a whole pizza, just slices.
Are they fresh?
No, they're frozen.
Well, they're frozen.
Oh.
They're like bad. They suck. And there are also like more old-timey barrels full of grain.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna shove an entire barrel full of grain
You
into my
pop it
car.
open and grab a handful of grain is what you grab. You grab some hot dogs, some pizza slices, or some grain.
Okay, my yum yum treats. I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't think Rhaena would grab any of that.
I think that's fair.
You know what? I kind of want to always be switching stuff up. I'll get rid of my shoelaces for a handful of grain.
Sure.
With that, I think Chris is gonna try to approach Rhaena and be like, hey, Rhaena, you doing all right?
She gives you the most wilting look. Yeah.
Hey, you know, no one said this magic stuff is easy, and like, Lord, and even beyond easy, like, Lord knows it's not fucking cheap, man. Like, let's look at like the people who like succeeded in their tasks earlier in class today. Like, all of them were bringing in like fucking bronze statues, like golden relics, like things either passed down from generational wealth or things bought from rich ass corporate jobs. Like, I don't know about you two, but that's just not something that like we have. I know this kind of sucks right now, but like I could have been like that. I could have had the opportunity to like have some of these nice things and make classes a little easier, but I kind of threw it all away. I got in here on like a sports scholarship, and my family never really came from a lot of money, and in the first couple years I just got excited to like for meals to be easy and for drinks to come cheap and for fun to be accessible for the first time, and I went overboard. I drank too much and partied too hard and took what could have been like a really good opportunity for me and threw it away. But I'm still here year 3 and I haven't let that stop me, and like we kind of have an opportunity to do something really special. So I know that things haven't been going great, but just know it's like it's not the end. One of them will work out.
Yeah, you know, and like I went through. Funnily enough, I actually went through something really similar. You know, I got canceled on Elf Twitter. So like that, like it means a lot to know that we have a really similar, same level, like experience, you and me.
Chris, full serious expression. That's really hard.
Yeah, thank you.
Mo raises Mo's hand. What did you get canceled for? Because I need to know if you're already on one of my block lists.
I said that sorcerers were nepo babies, you know, and then yeah, they said that I was being ableist somehow and classist somehow, and someone accused me of eugenics, which I didn't really understand that one at all. That one kind of, you know, took a lot of my other tweets out of really context, and it just got bad. I just had to.
Elf Twitter can be really ruthless.
Yeah, I had to deactivate and I, you know, I went on human Twitter when I transferred here, and just like none of my tweets are really doing well, and
I've been posting myself eating a hot dog every day for 5 years now, and it's like not gone anywhere. I really thought the bit would pick up.
yeah, like you think it would, right?
You'd think.
And it doesn't.
Glizzy God has gone nowhere.
The problem is the move from 14,000 character limits to 140 is tough. The lifespan difference is in line with the character limit difference between elf and human Twitter.
Yeah.
He used to write full-on Shakespearean novels.
Several a day.
It's, you know, it's just like those Twitter threads where it's like 1 out of question mark.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just feel like no one has the attention span because you guys just live for so short of times to read that. And yeah, and I just, I derive a lot of my self-worth from that.
Well, I have almost 100K followers on human Twitter. But I would offer to promo your posts, but unfortunately, I can never ever show anyone what is on my human Twitter, or otherwise, I feel like really bad things will happen to me.
Why, are you like a pro shipper?
No comment.
Great team building, everyone. Man, this is the kind of thing my coach used to do in high school. I think we've grown closer. I think whatever's ahead, we're gonna tackle it.
Okay.
You just hear that coming from the next room.
Oh, well. Heads held high, everyone.
Okay.
The room you're in currently is a small, call it a boss fountain. There's just a room with a little fountain. And at the edge of this fountain are two little satchels. One of them, an old-fashioned leather sack tied with a cord. The other one, a nice patent leather wallet, sitting at the edge of this fountain, hung off of a little coat hook next to the door from which the word doom just emanated, is a cloak.
Can we check these things out? Does a cloak have extra pocket space?
It does.
Oh.
One who dons this cloak will be granted +1 inventory slot.
Wait, one moment. I hold up my precious stone, because it is just painted glass, and I try to look at all these items to see if they have a nefarious purpose. Because, well, magic. You know the saying, looking at things through rose-colored glasses?
I do.
I would like to look through this stone that is colored, this glass that is colored, and see if there are red flags that I'm not seeing.
Okay. I like the approach. I'll give that a 3.
Okay.
I'll give that a 3, and you're searching for cursed energy.
Yeah.
Difficulty is going to be a 2. These are not terribly complicated items, so a curse, if revealed, should be pretty easy to find.
Great. Beautiful. Fucking finally!
Let's go! Let's go!
Finally!
Rhaena's big win.
Any backfires?
No.
Okay. There is no cursed energy revealed amongst any of these. The cloak itself is warming and contains a big pocket. The wallet and leather sack both kind of unfurl themselves to the magic as you glance to them. One of them contains the crowns of the king. It contains, old school gold coins. The other one contains... It's like $200 in there.
Cha-ching!
So 2 sources of some wealth that could take up a pocket space but give you some money for later to pay rent and for stuff. And the cloak, which will grant +1 inventory slot.
Hey, Chris, I really think you need that $200.
Yeah, just to get groceries while I look for another job. Thank you.
Mo believes this to be a fair opportunity for Chris.
I'm gonna now put this closer to the exit. He's holding up the sponge with the slime. And again, I think if we get through this, we just pop it and run. Take that final good component. So I'll do that so I can clear up 2 inventory slots, and I'll take the nice leather bag with $200.
Nice. Add wallet. Who's putting on the cloak?
I would like the cloak.
Cloak on?
Nice.
You got the amulet, I want the cloak. Besides, with my wizard hat, my ensemble is complete. I'm just big hat, glasses, cloak.
That's amazing.
Are you filling that new inventory slot with anything?
I mean, wait, Holly, do you have any inventory space, or are you full?
I'm gonna get rid of my broken scrunchie and taking the leather pouch with the coins.
Great.
Perfect. So you've got 1 slot available. You could lose something to pick up the sponge stoppered with the cloud.
I think, you know what? I'm not even getting rid of the Yum Yum treats. They're gone. I used all of them.
Yeah, I think they've been a very solid, consistent thing you've been relying on. You've spent the last one.
Yep. I run out of Yum Yum treats. I'm like, well, I don't need this empty bag. I'll take the big goo sponge and bottle.
Love it.
I will grab a slice of frozen pizza
Nice.
to fill up my final inventory slot.
Love it. Ready for Doom? Mm-hmm. Cool. You throw open the door beyond the boss fountain and see the deepest and largest room here in this network of mismatched locations. In the center of the room, with a baleful golden crown atop his head, you see an emaciated, sallow Ed G. Shadows writhe around the crown. He giggles in fits and starts as sunken eyes look up to you three broke wizards. Peons! He says, enter you the house, room of the king.
Oh no, he's been consumed by the madness.
I hold up my floppy, flimsy paper straw wrapper, a la Gandalf, when he goes into the court of Rohan with his mighty staff.
You would not deny a cancelled girl her drinking straw.
And I say, I compel you!
The spirit of the elfin existence floats up beside you and places a gentle hand on your shoulder and says, honey, what's the angle here?
All right. Let me break it down for you. It was a go.
Break it down.
This guy's like really lame. Like,
Sure.
like this is, like you heard his voice.
It's Ed.
Yeah, it's Ed. Like he's nice, but it's Ed. It's edgy. It's not Ed M. It's edgy. And I just feel like this is maybe befitting. You know, I don't have a staff. I don't have the whole. I can take the amulet out. I could do the amulet.
You've got time to pivot. Do you want to do the amulet?
Yeah. Maybe I'll do this. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. And I feel like in the slow-mo, you see me put the paper straw away and grab the amulet.
She's almost there.
She's almost there.
One thing about Rhaena, she's almost there. So this is much more majestic, and also this was already in one of the skeletons, so it has some tie to what's happening here. And I feel like the magic is tied here, and this really feels elven, and feels, you know, gems are conductors of vibes and vibrations and feelings, and I think his vibrations and feelings are a little off. And if I can put my newfound good feelings and acceptance about being canceled on elf Twitter and put those through the crystal and put them into Ed, maybe he will be a little less of a freak. I can compel the spirit of cringe out of him as I compelled it out of myself.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think for your fumbling turnaround, it won't get a full 4 because you did start with a paper straw cap. But I think you've got the commitment, you've got the match, and you have the advantage of this being a proper component.
Oh, yeah.
Our first time casting with like an actual expensive casting component, which makes your baseline 3d10 instead of 2d10. And I'm going to give you a 3 out of 4 on the argument itself, so 6d10, which is good because you're trying to compel him to like break the curse.
Yeah.
To full on break the curse is a full on 4.
Okay.
So it's tough. But you're rolling 6.
Nah, I only got 2.
Two.
Yeah, I got a lot of 3s and 2s, but I got an 8 and a 9. So thought that counts.
Thought that counts.
And the count that thinks.
The thinks. I think it is in this wavering that you brandish the paper straw cap, fumble, go around and grab the amulet as well. And as you present it and try to shine it in his face, and it says, "Flaunt your wealth to me, peon. I'll tax it." And he points at you, and you feel a dark compulsion fly in your direction.
Oh.
How do you entreat the magic to enable your resistance of whatever dark spell he's casting on you? It is similarly, it's compulsion magic.
Can I help
Would you like to try and resist it and like intercept it?
Yeah, counterspell.
Counterspell.
I'm going to hoist the big slimy sponge holding it by the bottle, just kind of like bottle end into sponge, and hoist it in front like a shield or like an umbrella, and to kind of perhaps have the spell sort of boom into the kind of sticky wad of the sponge, slime sponge.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Make your case.
Oh, great Lord Master, a horrible and ill-fitting crown has launched a ill-fitting curse onto my companion. I sheath out in front this big wad of sticky, slimy absorbentness, right? The sticky quality stops, it's stuck, right? It sticks to the magic and absorb. The sponge quality absorbs it. It also cleans it, right? Sponges cleaning of cleansing of dark energies, water purifying, suds scraping away darkness and absorbing into this massive thick wad of sponge. Eh?
I see it.
Yes!
I see the vision.
I like the magic just being down.
Yeah, I see it. I'm actually going to give that a 4 because I think you angled it from a few proper directions. You addressed multiple angles about the item itself, but it also, like, the fact that you are interloping and interposing and using an out-of-place thing to stop an out-of-place thing from an out-of-place thing. Like, you're stacking up the kind of chaos magic of it all in a way that feels fitted. I think this is the exact right thing to absorb such a spell. You're going to have a total of 6d10, 2 plus 4, against a difficulty of 3.
7, 9, 10.
Let's go!
There is one. But there is a bottled cloud that is part of this, and technically it is the handle of this mega casting component.
100%. And you're gonna gain the benefits in the future when you use that now freed bottled cloud as a casting component, because that spell's knocking the sponge clean off and that stopper's coming undone. So the spell is absorbed, and his baleful command is not affecting Rhaena, nor is it affecting Mo. It is affecting the slime in the sponge. So the sponge flies through the air and spoofs to the ground with a wet splat, and the slime begins to seep out from the sponge, and it is like trying to congeal itself back into a contiguous entity to surge towards you all. You've got a little bit of time, and you now have a bottled cloud to cast with. Yes. But the slime is back on the map, and it looks mad.
Okay, well, I'm gonna see what I can do here, and I'm just gonna try to lay you guys up for an alley-oop. I'm setting you up, you guys dunk it, alright? Here's what I've got. I'm gonna take my Sigil K with Ed's ID tag. I'm gonna take my frozen pizza and my handful of grain. I'm gonna put the tag onto the pizza and sprinkle the grain on top as I go to cast what is hopefully a powerful spell.
Okay, what are you trying to cast?
I would like to freeze time around Ed. I would like to do a time stop around Ed.
Okay.
Magic, I know this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but I'm gonna need you to stop.
Things have sounded crazy today, so...
Yeah,
go on.
I think it's kind of in line. So, I'm kind of using a lot here. First off, I'd like to offer you the Sigil K ID tag of Ed. This is meant to resemble and have a personal connection to my target. It is literally his ID tag. I have his name. What bears more power on a person than their name? This is the connection through which my spell shall be cast. Next, for the element of time. What is time in our hands but fleeting grains of sand, slipping through our hands ever so easily? We lose it just as quickly as we gain it, and just as I lose this component to the spell, I need time to be manifest here. And finally, for all the delicious flavor, this frozen piece of pizza. to freeze that time in place. Cold, unwanting, unseen, lost forever to the back of a fridge. I need this Ed, this dark version of Ed, to be banished, much like this forgotten pizza that shall never know the light of day nor the warmth of a stomach. To freeze time to Ed. Please make this connection known. I'm putting in overtime here.
The New Dwarf Times called and they want a new connections writer because someone's working overtime. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you!
I am going to say that in this one context, Ed's name tag counts as a proper casting component. Yes! Because you have actually evoked the whole, like, the sigil of the true name, which would have worked on the imp if any of y'all had that. So I'm going to give you that base of 3d10, and it's a bit of a mess of an argument. I'm not going to give it a full 4 dice.
Oh, but the grains of sand.
Oh, no, Grains of Sand was really good. You actually did incorporate every single one and used 3 different components you had gathered on the journey. Yeah, no, I think that is a full 4. So a full 7. It's a full 7d10. It's a difficulty 4.
Okay.
It's tough.
I'm asking for something big here.
But if you can do it, this might be it.
Oh, come on, Starfire. Here we go. 7. It's a 9. Oh, with all of that, it's still only 2.
Oh.
No ones, so no backfire, but my big alley-oop is sadly not to be.
Not quite enough, no.
Heartbreak.
It's a hell of an ask, but
it is a hell of an ask.
The magic says it's doing a lot, and I don't know what to do with the pizza. And
That's fine. Hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%. Hey, glad you went for it.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate you, man. Anyway.
Ed lurches forth. The slime corrodes further. Is this it for our heroes? Or is there one last attempt they can make? I'm gonna say, if one more failure occurs, it might be cut and run time. We'll see how it goes.
Mo's got an idea.
Okay.
Mo's gonna do a multi-component cast as well.
Okay.
So Mo is going to utilize the power of the bottled cloud and the jingling keys and the band-aids and the singed bone. I'm using all 4 of
your
my
components
to for one big final.
I forgot about that.
Right.
Ambitious child.
I have connected the dots. And before you tell me I haven't connected shit, hear me out. First, the singed bone. Direct material relation control. This is the element to which rules over Ed. This is the basis of his structure. The singed quality represents destruction. The broken quality of the bone represents a literal breakage from madness. The jingling keys, their hypnotic quality is to control and unlock the mind, to literally free Ed's mind from the hold of the crown, to unlock his mind and free him from his mental shackles. The bottled cloud, the cleansing fog washes through and over him, his already cloudy mind being blown away clean. The wind that is conjured from the bottled cloud whooshes through his foggy mind and disperses the air, giving him clarity of vision through the element of wind. And finally, the band-aid to heal his broken mind.
That's just about the most compelling argument I could imagine to make for all 4 of these. Let's get it. The full combo. That's a 7-die roll on 4.
One more die. Gimme.
I'll give you this one. That one rolled well.
Alrighty. Come on, Mo.
What are we looking for?
Needs a win.
4.
Okay. Yes. 8, 9, 10. No.
Oh, is it 3 out of
3,
4?
3, 3, 2. Can we get a partial success?
That is what I was going to reveal. No one has gotten a 3 on him so far, so what was going to occur if anyone was 1 shy is it starts to break it. It is not a complete breakage, but you've lowered the difficulty for a subsequent attempt down to 3. And now if you get a 2, it'll go down to 2. So you can make progress, you can wear him down.
Okay. First breakthrough, everybody.
First breakthrough.
Okay.
We've had a breakage in the connection, but who can bring it home?
Come on, almost there, girl. We're almost there.
Rhaena sees everyone pulling out all the stops. She pulls out the leather pouch with the coins, the amulet, the precious stone that's actually just colored glass, and maybe most important, the paper straw wrapper.
It all comes back to the paper straw
comes back.
wrappers.
You always had to believe in it.
I did. And Ed, I understand that whatever magical power, as I hold up the amulet, of this place has ensorcelled you, and the promises of coins and riches, because we all are minimum wage employees. And I understand that it's all facetious as I pull up the precious stone. But it's fake. It's not real because it's all temporary as I hold up a paper straw wrapper. Because if you put it in some proverbial hot water, it all fades away. It's not load bearing. None of this is. You're bigger than this. You're bigger than this weirdly placed Sigil K. I don't know why anyone built this here, but you're bigger than this. Because you're dying, Ed. You're gonna die in this stupid dungeon. I free you.
Let's do it. That's gonna be a full 4 on 3. So 7 dice. Difficulty is only 3 now, due to the weakening of Mo's initial attempt. I do love that this is culminated in everyone using the whole inventory at once. It's very poetic.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
for
is.
the final gambit.
Need 3.
Come on, almost there.
Exactly
Just got 3. 7, 7, 10.
She finally made it. She
did it.
She got there.
Did it.
With that,
Is this your first successful spell?
Second.
Oh, second.
It's not been good for old Rhaena.
with that, the crown flies backwards off of Ed's head, clattering to the ground as the miasma of shadow disperses. He stumbles forward. Ed G looks over to the slime, looks at all of you and says, "Guys, I think we gotta get out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bolt. But, real quick, and using his athletic swiftness from years and years of basketball, I'm gonna crisscross him up, baby. He's gonna the footwork, dodge around the slime, grab that crown in the last minute as he drops the frozen pizza. Let's bounce!
And with that, our heroes charge towards the exits, grabbing what they can to fill their pockets to fund their rent and their crippling addiction to chips for another day.
Yeah.
As our broke wizards escape and have saved innocent Ed Greenwood from the depths of this Sigil K, bringing our adventures of these broke wizards to a close.
Glad to have you back with us, average-looking Ed.
Oh man, I can't wait to tell you all my opinions about Dark Elf sex dungeons.
Which store does Ed M work at again?
Thank you all so much for joining us for this wonderful game of Broke Wizards. Again, our first ever community spotlight game.
Woo!
What a treat, and we are very, very excited to talk about it more on our post-mortem next week. See you all then.
I'll see you all then. Ta-ta!
Thanks for listening. Goodbye. Meanwhile, Mo is getting on hella fights on Wizard Reddit.
Wet it.
Wet it.
Wet it.
No.
Love you, Wet it.
What it?
Tome it.
What are we on? What it?
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then we'd really appreciate if you left us a review. If you really like what we do here and want to support us further, you can join us at patreon.com/tinytablepodcast. Our business email is also open for inquiries at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, and all of our socials can be found in the episode description for any shenanigans you might want to follow. Till next time, see ya!
Welcome to the Shoutout Corner. This week, we would like to thank Drake, a local fortune teller who also happens to be a teller at the local arcane bank of Spells Fargo. The interest on their premium mana savings account is actually really competitive. E.g., when not seen cramming for classes, this broke wizard makes ends meet by delivering food on their broom through Umbral Eats. Tasty. Jade, a friendly ghost who haunts the campus. Sadly, ghosts also have to make ends meet, so she found herself a gig as a tech support for Spectre Internet Services. How fitting. Jordan, this master cryomancer, just got a promotion. While originally an ice cream vendor, they now work with Arctic Blast to help install air conditioning units around the city. Cly, while waiting for their freelance fashion career to take off, this stylish wizard works retail at the Basilisk Exchange. Ooh, fun. Logan, a once powerful genie who, after being freed from their lamp, didn't quite know what to do. Now they fulfill locals' coffee wishes at Gin Hortons. Sounds elvish. Anyway. Nancy. Remember the ice cream vendor from earlier? Well, Nancy is actually still selling scoops there. You can find her managing the local Cobblestone Creamery. Sparky. Using their mastery of magic, this powerful caster learned to shift between the very planes of reality, which somehow is the minimum requirement to work in this universe's IHOP. That's interdimensional House of Pancakes. Tammy. Whilst learning to control the power of terramancy, bending Earth to their very whim, our Bumbledore here grinds away night shifts at Gnome Depot. Fuck J.K. Rowling. The first 4 notes of Megalovania. In need of a pick-me-up in the morning? Why not stop by Dungeon Donuts, where this friendly and fiscally challenged wizard will greet you with coffee, a cream-filled, and a smile. And thy Dungeon Gal, a down-on-their-luck summoner who can conjure creatures both large and small, a skill that comes quite handy when working at Bug-A-Bear workshops. It was between that and Build-A-Baylor workshops. I also thought of Bob-A-Yaga workshops. Look, puns are hard. We'll see you next week.